What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Thai Life channel. I'm Min Thai, and in this podcast today, I want to talk to you about how to make marriage last. Because last time when I talked to you about how marriage is the hardest thing, I got a comment saying everybody know marriage is hard. Why don't you talk about how to make it last? Well, shoot, I'm still trying to figure that out. Because to make a marriage last forever is till death do us part. And as far as I know, I'm still alive. And I only been married for 11 years, so all I can do is share with you how I held back my tongue, my spit, my thoughts, not to say the wrong words to ruin the relationship. Before we start the show, you know how we like to get down. Shake them shoulders. Shake the other shoulders. Let's calm down real quick. Marriage is tough, y'all. Marriage is like a roller coaster. Good days and bad days and good days and bad days. Just like that, y'all. But marriage has so many phases. But I'm only going to break down 3 phases for you. Because for me to give you the solution, how I held back my tongue, how I held back my thought, filter all the negative thought out to hold a marriage together, it takes a lot, y'all. It takes a lot in me. I'm going to tell you all about it. First phase is the newlywed. Happy phase. Amazing phase. Petty phase. Second phase is the making of the family phase. Very memorable, very challenging, ongoing. And we got the retirement phase. I can't talk about the retirement phase because I'm not retired, so I don't know what married couple go through when they retire. But all I can share with you is my experience of how I built my family and how the problem arise and how I find a solution for each problem. And you'd be surprised the solution is actually very simple. But it takes a lot out of you to make the solution happen when things are all bad. Newlywed phase. Beautiful phase. Just got married. You and your loved ones living together, maybe in an apartment, a house. But the best part about it, y'all got your freedom. Freedom! What's that supposed to mean? It means you can do whatever the heck you want to do. You want to go out to eat? Go out to eat. Nobody's going to look out for you. Nobody's going to care. You want to go to sleep at a certain time? Go to sleep at a certain time. You want to stay up late? Stay up late. You want to have sex wherever you want to have sex? Have sex wherever you want to have sex. That's the reality of a newlywed. Nothing can hold you back. And that's where it's amazing about marriage. If y'all in that phase, marriage is great. We love it. The only problem you guys ever gonna face in the newlywed phase, where you want to go eat. You pick. You pick. No, you pick. I want you to pick. I want you to pick. I don't want to eat no more. I don't want to eat. I'm mad at you. I'm full. Let's go home. You guys will fight over where to go eat. What movie you want to watch? You pick. All right, I don't watch this action movie. Why action? I want comedy. You asked me to pick. I pick action. I don't want action. I want a comedy. I don't want to watch anymore. Fine, be like that. Fine, be like that. You guys are fighting over what to watch. So petty, right? And then y'all have this amazing makeup. You know what? I love it. That's why if you talk to any of the newlywed, I love my marriage. It's great. No problem at all. Right? And then y'all got bored. See, y'all got bored because y'all took things for granted. Yeah, honey, I'm kind of bored. Let's go ahead and try to make a kid. So at one moment, you guys were just arguing about, what to eat, what to watch. You bring a kid into the reality of all life, all stories. That problem's going to be different, y'all. So this is how it works. I'm building the story of your family right here. So, of course, she's pregnant. You're happy. But I just want to let y'all know, guys, we don't get pregnant, so we don't know what women are going through. And if this is our first time having our baby, how do we expect to know anything to expect? You know what I'm saying? So, of course, we go to a doctor checkup, lovely. Oh, I love how you hear the heartbeat. I'm so excited what you want to name the kid. And then, of course, we pick the name. We go out, buy a bunch of baby stuff, decorate the room, make plan, all that. And then, of course, as times go by, us guys, we're not the ones carrying the baby. So the only thing we got is time and waiting, time and waiting. So what we do, we bypass time by playing video game. We bypass time by doing other stuff. We bypass time by going to work. And even your wife is also going to work, but she's also carrying the baby at the same time. So it's like, yeah, she's kind of doing a lot more. I'm just kind of keeping my lifestyle the same, right? And that's kind of scary because as the women's changing, going through all this change in her body, and you're trying to keep the same lifestyle as the guy, that's where the problem's starting to like, she's like in the bed, holding a little sandwich, chips, watching TV. Her feet are swollen. She doesn't like the way she looks because she gained some weight. Belly's big. And she's watching you playing game in your nice fitted outfit, looking cool, looking gangster, looking badass, talking to somebody who's online you don't even know because you're playing online game. And of course she's going to get mad at you because she wants your attention. But we don't see that sometimes. We thinking, she seems to be fine. Yeah, she's good. She got her food in her hand. She's watching a show. She's not saying anything. She's not bothering me. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, the argument began. How come you don't help out? My feet hurts. Come give me a foot rub or something. You just play game all day. I don't know who you talking to. You should be talking to me. I'm bored too, I'm here for you, right? I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for you. That's not being here for the lady, guys. What the ladies want is they want your attention. They want your comfort. They want to see that you love them, you care about them during their worst time. Even though they are pregnant, they're happy to be a mother, but sometimes that 9 month is dragging, y'all. Imagine you go from looking cute, body fitted, to blah. You see what I'm saying? And that's tough for some women. So let's go ahead and fast forward into the story making of the family. Do you see where it's memorable, but it gets hard? So, of course, as the baby going by, as a dad, we're just very impatient, but we try to not show that. I literally want the baby to come out like in 5 months. I do. But you can't rush it. So, we every day we just try and, talk to the baby. Hi, honey, it's daddy. Is this your leg? Is this your elbow? That's all we can do. And then the moment arrived, the baby's about to do. And look, guys, before I continue on, I just want to let you guys know, my first time having a baby, I have no damn clue what is going on in the labor room. So bear with me on this story. So, midnight, 2 o'clock a.m., taking her to the hospital. And in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, yes, baby's out. I thought it was going to be out like the moment we get to the hospital. Like I literally thought, hey, maybe it takes an hour or two and then boom, let's get to see my boo-boo. Guess what? That did not happen. The baby did not come out until like another 10 hours. Okay? So, of course, they took her in the labor room, gave her the epidural and everything. And then she was comfortable, And me, I thought the baby was going to come out right away. I'm like looking at the meter. Beep, beep, beep. I got tired. And then in the labor room, they had 2 chairs, one rocking chair and one sofa. My brain started working. I put the sofa and the chair together. I made it into a bed. I fell asleep, guys. I asked my wife though. See, because the thing about me is I like to care and show her that I care. So I said, hey, babe, you mind if I lay down and just rest a little bit? I fell asleep. I woke up. I don't know why when I wake up, y'all, I got her McDonald's. I mean, out of all the food, soup, healthy food I can get her, I got her McDonald's. She didn't even eat it because I was craving for McDonald's. See, we never think for the lady during that time because we're thinking about what we want at that moment. I apologize. But that's not where the problem began. So, of course, baby comes out. I was rocking in a rocking chair while the baby was coming out. Doctor yelled at me saying, hey, you need to go hold your wife's hand. Again, this is all new to me. So baby came out, and then we took the baby home. Everything was great. But again, day in and day out, you sleep with the baby in between, and you get tired. You work. Your wife is tired. She's up late feeding the kids, all of that. And then, of course, imagine having one kid's a lot of problem, and then she gets mad and why don't you do this? Why don't you help clean up? And sometimes, she's right. Like the thing about me is that how I hold my relationship together is that I always ask myself, like, is she in the wrong? Is she in the right? Because if I know I'm in the wrong, I just shut up and let her yell. Like, go ahead, splash water at me. Even fire if you want. I don't care because I'm in the wrong. So as times go by, imagine one kid's a lot of problem, we have another kid, right? But this is where my problem went mayhem. The problem that we had was all about like me not doing, keeping with the household and that. But when I had my business, my salon business, I put so much effort into my business, y'all, because that was my dream. I was working for corporate. I didn't like it. It was ruining my holiday season because every time holiday comes around, I want it to be over. So what I do is I quit corporate, got my business, and I told myself I want to make a lot of money. Because in my head, as a man, if I make a lot of money, all problem will go away. If I make a lot of money, all problem will go away. That's not true because as I am working so hard, invested so much time into my business, I left my wife hanging. She had to work also. And then when she gets off work, she has to do duties for the kids, take the kids places, to their events, to their school, even help them with their homework. And here I am at work working 7 days a week. And then I go home, it's late at nighttime. There are nights where I don't even talk to my wife. And it's funny, throughout that whole time, I did not even see her being sad. I did not see it in her eye. To me, everything was, oh, she looks fine. As long as she's not complaining, she's fine. But at the end of the day, she was not fine. There were several times where she texted me like, I want to break up. I want to be separate. I don't mind leaving you. But you know what? Those are the time where, yes, I came this close to responding like, yes, I'm okay with that. But you know what? That is the moment. That is the moment where you have to tell yourself, is this worth the battle to fight for? When we got married, our officiants say, pick your battles. And I kid you not, picking the right battle to fight is the most important thing in life. Because if you want to be petty with anything in life, you can fight about anything. Pick your battles. And those are the time where I had to hold back. And I say, you know what? I cannot say these kind of stuff. So, of course, thank Lord for the COVID quarantine. Horrible event, but because the quarantine, I stay home, my kids, I get to see how much they grew. I get to see like the thing that I was missing because I was investing so much time trying to hustle for money where it was not even building my happiness. So what I do is I sold my shop and I say, you know what? I need to find a different career, a different path where I can see and be helping my wife and not chasing after the money. And that's what I did, guys. I became a content creator. But my solution to all of this, guys, is that pick your battles, communicate. Communication is probably one of the biggest things because women have a tendency to always have assumption. They always assume you to do this. And then men, we like to be like, if you tell us to do something, we want to hear it. But then we don't want to hear it in a mean way where you're yelling at us like we're a kid. So all of that gets mixed up. So communication is important. Find your words, find your rhythms, find ways to communicate perfectly, professionally without screaming and yelling at each other, without putting each other down. And to me, that's what I don't do. So if my wife is mad at me, what I do is I just say, you know what? If she's wrong, I will explain it. If I'm wrong, I would say sorry. That's how simple it is. What it is that we cannot utilize, like, you want bad days to replace all the good days that you had. You have to think about that. Those are the good times. And every argument you guys face is a challenge to make your love stronger because you learn from each other. That's what I think. And that's what makes marriage last, is you got to keep reminding yourself and repeating the same step. Every time there's a new argument, is a new challenge. But you just got to use the foundation like, look, we're going to bypass this. We're going to get through this. And always look at the problem. Is this really a bigger problem than what we think? Because sometimes our angers, our emotion takes over, and we tend to overreact. And we should not overreact. We should step and think about it. So if my wife overreact on something, I just let her overreact. I just say, you know what, we'll talk about it later. But if she overreact and I overreact, it only gets worse. And I try not to do that, you know. And sometimes we do get into the moment of things because, you know, we're tired. We're raising kids. You know, you got things going all the time. I get it. That's what makes marriage hard, is because the life cycle is hard. You have to evolve. Everything has to go in one direction. And that makes so difficult for a lot of people. And that's why people give up. People walk away from it. They'd rather be single. They'd rather just date. Because when you commit to somebody and you have to deal with problems all the time, you have to find that foundation, where and why, how you guys started. Because like I always say, there is 365 days. If you have 364 days of happiness and one bad days, don't let that one bad day ruins all the good days. And I try to tell myself that. And I continue to tell myself that to make things work. Because at the end of the day, we can be a solution or we can be our own problem. And to me, that's what marriage is. Some people rather choose an exit route. Some people, hey, let's stick around and see what happens next, because they love the excitement, the adventure of making things last. Because like I say, marriage is the hardest thing, and to make it last is way harder. So that's my 2 cents on how I make my marriage last. Just shut up, and say yes, ma'am. Ha! Have a good one, y'all. See you next time on my podcast. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all so much.